Hey, what's up, guys? Stock Catcher here. Today there was a lot of opportunity for the bulls. One stock I think ran over 300%, and the other ones, there was multiple stocks that went over 100%. And when it comes to trading, right, I said yesterday that there are slow periods and then there's hot periods. Recently, the past week or two, it definitely has been choppy as well as slower, right? There's a lot less plays, but today, as you see, there's a lot of plays opening up. The volume is just accelerating a lot. And I think that the coming weeks and possibly months, right, it's going to be really strong. So I recommend you take advantage, right? Join the live stream. I have custom scanners, great community, and I try to help one-on-one, right, if you become a YouTube member. So today there's a lot of interesting stocks as well. First stock for the video will be Webull. So Webull, this is one I did talk about in the past. I admit that when I started talking about it, it was around $10, right? And then it did fall quite a bit. Right now, looking at it, it's near that support level. And this is one that definitely should be on people's radar, right? Because if you look at Webull, they released recently fundamental data. If you look at the Q3 2025 result, it showed that 55% year-over-year growth to over $156 million, with customer asset up to 84% year-over-year. And if you're talking about the management side, the management actually highlighted their expansion in terms of the product as well as in terms of investment. So when you're talking about Webull, I said this in the past, but you've compared to Robinhood, right? And I'm not saying that the fundamental is the same, because they're different companies. But look, if you look at Robinhood, how it ended up, the price action when it first released in the beginning, right? The beginning time, and then compared to Webull, right? Webull also has been engaging with crypto. Recently, they launched, I'm looking right now, they report they relaunched their crypto initiative. And this is a very volatile, could be a very volatile momentum-based play, right? Considering the crypto what's been going on recently. So Webull, you should keep an eye on it, right? Next stock, this one that you should definitely consider monitoring, right? This one, MTC. So MTC, this is one stock that ended up ripping over 1,000%. Remember, this was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. This was a Chinese stock. And if you've been noticing what's been happening today, right? What are these stocks just ripping face so much? These are all Chinese stocks, right? Look at, what was it, INHD, AEHL. There was more, there was like two more Chinese stocks end up just ripping face. So MTC, this is one that started the whole China mania, remember, 3 weeks ago. And if you go to the daily chart right now, you could check yourself. This is setting up for a potential multi-day breakout. MTC, this is a stock that I'm not really thinking about the fundamental side. I'm more thinking about just technical, right? So this is one you should add to your watch list, right? Next stock, MVST, Microvast Holding. So MVST reported fundamental data as well. Q3 2025 result, record revenue, $123 million, over $123 million, with 21.6% year over year, as well as a notable gross margin improvement from around 33% to over 37%. This is a stock that I made a video on, and this is one that is setting up for a base bounce play. Remember I talked about that stock, NUAI? Remember DVLT? These stocks were very trending as well as had high volume, and then they kind of faded, and then they ended up setting up for a nice run today, right? Both of them, they made nice moves, NUAI and the other one. So this is one that's near that base level. Next stock, NCNA. NCNA, this is a stock that improved their cash balance. I'm looking at right now, November 2025. If you check the filing, they published recent corporate update as well as quarterly material. So after capital raising during 2025, NCNA is providing program status as well as the cash runway replenishing, like in terms of replenishment, right? So NCNA, you want to look for potential catalysts. You want to look for the dates, when you're talking about bio stock, right? You want to look for potential trial readout. You want to look for potential interim data, pipeline, possible licensing angle, as well as look up the partners that they have, right? As well as also keep an eye on their dilution potential. You're talking about stock, you have to keep an eye on dilution, keep an eye on the cash burn, keep an eye on the filings, right? Next one, HCTI. HCTI, this is a stock that recently executed a reverse split, right? Reverse stock split. And this is a stock that's super thin. I know that the daily chart is not like the super best. It's not like A+ setup. But this is in the right sector. I'm looking at HCTI right now. This is in the post-split angle, as well as the healthcare angle, right? And for this one, you really want to look up catalyst as well, HCTI. And then next stock, KZIA. KZIA, this is a stock that recently made a big move up off the news, right? And then right now, if you look at it, it's forming a potential multi-day setup. This one has clinical progress as well as recent announcement. I'm looking at it right now. They announced an initial immune complete response in a metastatic triple negative breast cancer patient, right? So KZIA, this is one that is in that cancer angle. And if you remember what I said in the earlier videos, right? When you're talking about bio stock, anytime you're dealing with cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, obesity, you know, these type of angles you really have to keep an eye on. And I know I say the same thing sometimes across my videos, but it's because it's like important, right? Most of the time when trading or doing small cap, these simple points is really effective. You know, it's not really about complicated angles. It's more about simplicity as well as just driving the point, you know, just over and over and over. And then hope people understand what I'm saying, right? So KZI, this is a cancer angle, I mean. And I'm looking at it right now. You want to look for potential further studies. You want to look for potential partnership angle. And KZIA, if you look at the technical chart, again, this is forming over that resistance level. You want to see a hold and then possibly continue. If you check the chart today on ANVS, I mean, this is a stock that I made a video on, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago. It was the same bio stock, right? If you check the chart, what happened today? I made a multi-day breakout. So usually when a stock has news, they end up setting up consolidating and then they end up going another day. And this is the type of setups that I usually do good on, which is why I'm mentioning KZIA, I'm mentioning ANVS, these type of stocks that break out and then they kind of just hang around, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the last stock for the video. And I'm going to have more swing trade ideas in the live chat room as well as on Twitter and StockTips, right? If you have any stock suggestions, I highly recommend you drop down in the comments. We're just trying to help each other out. Everybody in the community, we all work together to, you know, just try to find the best trade setups, right? Today, there was a massive 350% ripper. And I might be doing analysis to like break down on that stock, why it went crazy. For the educational section, I have educational videos as well. I recommend you check it out. And yeah, tomorrow I think is going to be really nice for small caps, you know. I've definitely been seeing the volume increase, and I definitely do anticipate a big runner before the weekends. I think we're going to see another 300% ripper. Nothing is guaranteed, but I feel it, you know, and most of the time it ends up happening. When I say, you know, I think the stock is going to have a big move, then it ends up happening. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye, and we're going to do good this week, guys. I saw many people banking, and that's it pretty much. All right, Stock Catcher signing out, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you in the morning time, guys.